And a very good day to you. I hope this podcast edition finds you keeping very, very well. It is Paddy Cunningham back with another long overdue episode of The Healthy Handbag. A podcast dedicated to inspiration, motivation, and a little bit of crack thrown in there as well. If you are listening from outside Ireland and you're trying to wonder what does the word crack mean, well, one for you to Google. But it does not mean what you probably think it means, all right? Yeah, we're here hopefully with some feel-good vibes for the next wee while. Today I want to talk to you about moments of joy. And that might sound very kind of airy-fairy or whatever you want to call it, but it's a phrase that I've been using more and more as I've been talking to people. Moments of joy. So I think the last time that I did a podcast was, well, it was too long ago, but we were kind of speaking in some of those episodes around, looking after yourself and your mental health and stuff like that. And I guess it's kind of along a similar vein of today's podcast, except I want to get a little bit more specific. The world has returned to what we were referring to as what was going to be the new normal. And I am doing those air quotes as I say that, the new normal. But we're kind of settling back into life as I guess we know it now. And with that comes a whole new set of expectations. Whether you're somebody who has had a complete change of job, or maybe there's been a complete change in maybe home structure in terms of who's doing what and who's going where to work. Maybe you're working from home now and you weren't before, or maybe you're going out to an office or whatever the case might be. Then kind of day-to-day life, there's a lot of change as well in terms of social interaction and what that looks like with people. And I guess we're still trying to figure a lot of what this kind of space looks like now. And one of the things that I would hope we've kind of come through with that, though, is that the importance of kind of self-care and looking after yourself. But through all that, kind of day to day, one of the things that has become increasingly important to me, at least, is what I call moments of joy. And what I mean by that is that no matter what is kind of going on or how crazy the day might be or the week or whatever demands are being placed on you, how am I trying to find, even if it's just 1 or 2 minutes, whereby I get to engage in something that brings me, I guess, joy or happiness or makes me smile or makes me feel good. And it's something that almost has become kind of like a daily practice because you can kind of do it anywhere, whether you're on the bus, in the car, you're sitting at the desk and work and you have a few quiet moments, whatever the case might be. It's kind of hunting out, okay, no matter what's going on, how am I looking after myself and keeping myself in a good mood today by these kind of moments of joy, as I'm calling them. So for some people, that might be what is one of your favorite songs. And are you putting that on to listen to maybe when you're stuck in that traffic or you're commuting on your way to work? And included there, I am going to mention people that work from home, because I guess that routine of getting up, getting ready for work, that's essentially your commute when you work from home. I've worked from home for the last over 5 years now, and it's something I've become very comfortable with. But I know a lot of people, during lockdown and the pandemic and that, were kind of thrown into this new reality of having to work from home and not really, understanding or knowing what are the rules here in terms of work-life balance. How do I make sure that work is work and home is home? How do I set myself up for going in there, doing my work for the day, closing the door, etc., etc. And those kind of little routines are so important. We're a bit away now from when lockdowns and majority of places were lifted, so maybe we're figuring that out a little bit better. But that doesn't mean that even if you're working from home, that you shouldn't have that kind of routine of what is your journey to work or your commute to work in the morning. So that could be where you find your moment of joy to set you up for the day, whereby those lines are becoming increasingly blurred of of home and work and stuff like that. So, for example, some of the things for me in the morning time that'll be really important is going down to the cat, getting down to the cat and kind of just having a few silly moments with her, probably her throwing shade at me and throwing me side eye, but, getting to give her a rub, having the chats with her, she's meowing to me. Obviously, my partner as well, who actually, since our last episode of the podcast, has become, yes, indeed, he has become my husband. Yes, thank you. Yes, indeed, myself and my partner, we got married in April and we had a wonderful day. Obviously, that provided a whole massive moment of joy. The whole day itself was just fantastic. But anyway, I'll save that for another day. But back to this idea of moments of joy in your day. Okay, so the start of your day, where can you look for that moment of joy? Maybe it is a pet, maybe it is a partner, and just getting a few moments with them in the morning to chat, check in, see how they are starting off their day. Or maybe it could be something like, is there a podcast that you could listen to for a few minutes? But again, I will come back to music, because I think music is one that is usually, there'll be about 3 minutes or so a song. They can really pick you up and make you feel good. Anybody that knows me will know I am absolutely obsessed with the Venga Boys. And part of the reason is, apart from liking their music, they make me feel good. Like, they genuinely do. When I put on, some of the Venga Boys songs, I will instantly get that kind of feel good vibe going in my mind. And it can help turn your mood. It really, really can. Other things that it could be is getting outside. Again, whether you are in a car and then in an office all day, or whether you work from home all day and you don't get out often, throughout that day, being intentional with, do you know what? I'm going to have my coffee outside today, assuming it's not raining, obviously. It is Ireland after all. But trying to get outside, getting even some deep breaths of that fresh air in the morning, and just kind of getting that self check-in at the start of the day to kind of be like, yeah, I got this. Got to get through today. It's fine. And having those 3 or 4 minutes to enjoy that outside. If it's throughout the day, kind of thinking about, okay, is there something like something in my calendar that I put in throughout the day whereby I just have 5 minutes of headspace time for myself. Again, it could be where I get to listen to a song if you're able to. It could be where you get to just maybe even just look through some photos on your phone of like things or people or events that make you happy and make you smile and just give you those warm, fuzzy feelings. So yeah, moments of joy. I am finding them so powerful and impactful day to day in terms of just helping to keep you in touch with, I guess, the things that really matter in life. You, your loved ones, and your happiness. And do you know what? It's about, I guess, keeping in perspective as well that absolutely work is super important. Other people are super important, and, there will always be things that have demands from us. But taking those few moments, ideally maybe a few times throughout the day, just to have you time that makes you smile, that lets you reflect on, do you know what? No matter what's going on, there is good things as well. Good things have happened. And even on that bigger scale, kind of taking a few moments to reflect on, no matter how tough or how difficult things may have been at any point in my life, we've got through it. And we're here, and that's something to reflect on and be thankful for. But yeah, that's getting very deep and philosophical now, but it does kind of tie in with that idea that, if you are going through a tough moment, that sometimes that moment of joy needs to be a little bit more intentional and maybe a little bit longer to reflect on, I got this. And again, that's where journaling can be so important, because that can be where it brings you that moment of joy of just getting to reflect on what are the things that you were grateful for, and getting to write that down. As we know, writing things down can really help instill that more in our brain and in our mind and make things more real, rather than just going through the motions day to day of getting up, going to work or going to school or college or getting ready for the day, or, just working from home or being at home, being a carer, being whatever, your routine is. Being intentional with those moments where we're like, do you know what? No, next 5 minutes, that's for me to watch that video or to view those comedy bits online or to listen to that song or to pick up the phone and send a little voice message to somebody. We're big fans of voice messages in WhatsApp and other things like that now. Even things like that, sending a little message to somebody can be so impactful, and hopefully, obviously, they send you one back. But anyway, that is what I'm going to set you as your little task over the next kind of wee while, is trying to seek out with a good bit of intentionality, what is a moment of joy that you can introduce to your day? As I say, only needs to be maybe 3-4 minutes or something like that, but something that is time for you, for gratefulness and mindfulness, and most of all, as I said before, to give you those warm, fuzzy vibes of things are okay. There is good in the world. No matter what is going on, I am able to find a few moments to bring a smile to my face. And until next time, folks, that is it. Hoping to expand the healthy handbag a little bit more, start getting some people on with me to talk to them. And of course, if you have any ideas or suggestions for things that you would like to hear me talk about, or people you'd like to hear me talk about, or stuff like that, or talk with, feel free to drop me a message on any of the socials. You can find me at PT Paddy on Instagram. It's probably one of the easiest ways, that PT as in Papa Tango Paddy. You'll find me there. Or on Facebook as well. If you just look up Paddy Cottingham, you should find my page there that you're able to give a like to. Or, of course, the old-fashioned way of an email, info@ptpaddy.com. That's info@ptpaddy.com. Anyway, until next time, take care, mind yourself, and do look out for and create some little moments of joy.